And as the cold sets in, have a seat and enjoy a hot cup of tea. Is Earl Grey okay? Splendid. Enjoy your spot of tea with 2 lumps of sugar and a tad of cream, and perhaps even a lump in your throat and a tear in your eye as I tell you the story of Susan and her love for cemetery flowers. Every one of us has likely experienced the death of a friend or loved one, and more than likely, we've all participated in that social norm of leaving flowers in the grave, at the grave, or perhaps on the grave. Have you ever wondered what truly happens to those flowers after you leave them? Well, Susan lives in a stereotypical quaint town, complete with a small church, nail salons, places to shop, and even a teenage peeping Tom. But like many of us, Susan loves her flowers, and I do mean loves her flowers. She loves daylilies, irises, and luscious red roses by the dozen. She can't get enough of them. Flowers, that is. For some people, it's gambling, drugs, booze, food, but for others, like Susan, her personal vice is flowers. And not just any flower, but she likes to shop on the cheap. Real cheap. You'll see. Susan will tell you that she is a frugal and upright, moral, God-fearing woman. She gives of her time and talent. She gives of her time at the food pantry. She even donates her gently used items at the Salvation Army and the Goodwill. But Susan has a penchant for fresh-cut flowers with their beautiful aromas and fragrances. Susan repurposes not only her clothing and housewares, but she loves to repurpose the flowers of the recently dearly departed in the local cemetery. She once even trudged through 4 inches of snow for a dozen red roses. In this story, Susan is visited by 4 guests, 1 pastor, 2 fragile old women, and a gentleman wearing a suit barely able to fit. All of Susan's guests have one thing in common with Susan, and that's the fragrance and aroma of her beautiful flowers. Is Susan alive or dearly departed? Is she in heaven? Or perhaps hell hath truly froze over, and she's in hell. You can find out all for yourself in Dan Brown's Sweet Revenge, Cemetery Flowers. And remember, judge not, lest ye judge for yourself as to how much you love the story. Again, Happy New Year's from Dan Brown and Dan Brown Legal Books.